Hello, my name is Lori Putnam, Superintendent with St. Cloud Area Schools.
Hello, I'm Justin Skulderud, Principal at Apollo High School.
And we're both really excited to be able to share the upcoming referendum, Building Brighter Futures, that will be held on April 8th. Before we begin, we just want to take a moment to center ourselves on why we're really here. And while we're going to be talking a lot about facilities and classrooms and actual spaces, we know at the heart of everything that we do are our students. And so we invite you to watch this short video that will remind us all about the beautiful humans that we serve.
Imagine.
Imagine. Balkawaran.
Uявit sabi.
Tưởng tượng.
Imagine.
Imagine. Imagine.
A place where every dream is within reach, where rigorous academics and lifelong learning are what we do and who we are, where innovation, creativity, and passion thrive, where each step forward prepares us for college, careers, and life. Imagine a culture that makes excellence the standard, that celebrates diversity and fearlessly embraces the unknown and each other. Imagine a community that works towards common goals, that builds together, plays together, learns together, and grows together. A community that supports families in and outside of the classroom. Imagine a world where every student feels engaged, inspired, and empowered, where safety, care, and compassion are as essential as achievements. A world of promise and endless possibilities. A world of opportunities.
Imagine a place that won't settle for anything less.
We are St. Cloud Area Schools.
We know that strong schools equal strong communities. And right now, we have a beautiful facility on the south side that's giving our students a lot of opportunities to be future ready, whether they're going into the workforce or they're going into college or higher education or the military. They have an incredible array of learning opportunities at Tech. And we need to offer the same types of opportunities at Apollo. Certainly, there are great things happening on the north side of town. Our staff and our students and our administrators do the very best with what they have, and yet their facilities hold them back. We've also seen, since the development of Tech on the south side, some growth in terms of property and businesses moving into that community. And this community must have the same level of growth and support on the north side to be as strong as we absolutely can be. And that's why we're really excited to share what we're going to be seeking from the community to be able to make sure that our schools are just as strong as they can be and Greater St. Cloud is just as strong as it can be.
On April 8th, we're going to bring forward two questions to the voters. Question 1, being Apollo High School improvements, asks voters to approve upgrading Apollo High School to meet modern safety, accessibility, and educational standards to better prepare students for college and careers. This comes at a cost of $50 million, which is $2.41 per month for a $250,000 evaluated home within the St. Cloud School District boundaries. The focus of question 1 is going to be the first bullet point that you see on your screen, and that's adding a secure entrance at Apollo High School. Right now, Apollo High School is the only school in the 742 school district system that does not have a secured entrance. The picture on the right shows what currently looks like when you enter door 2 at Apollo. And although we do have a person that sits at door 2 and checks people when they come in the door, at every other school you go to in our district, you're going to have multiple tiers of checking into the office, being vetted before you come into the school community. If you're not familiar with the Apollo campus, when you enter this door 2, to your immediate left is our cafeteria commons area, and to the immediate right is our learning community. So you can see the need and the why we need a secure entrance at door 2. When adding a secured entrance at door 2, we did run into some unique building codes that have been added in the recent future here. And a storm shelter is needed that doubles as a gym. So what that means is a storm shelter needs to be able to withhold our entire school community and the staff in our building if there would be a severe weather situation. What defines it as a storm shelter? It means it can withstand a 2x4 that's flying 220 miles per hour and would not penetrate that building. And adding that storm shelter is something that became necessary again out of code when adding that secured entrance. Another code piece that would be added is fire safety upgrades. With adding fire safety upgrades, we'd be adding firewalls. So when the fire alarms would go off, if there was a fire in the building would then be parceled off into smaller areas that would have staff and students leaving the building, the closest door to their area, and not be able to get to other parts of the building to keep them safe. When looking at Apollo, our science labs and classroom spaces are really original to the building. There's been minimal updates that have been done since the school opened in 1970, and these spaces would be addressed with a past question 1 referendum to bring them up to date for a modern 2025 learner and beyond. Also looking at our career and technical education spaces, we continue to provide a fantastic education for our students that are pursuing a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree or some sort of education after high school. We want to bring additional opportunities into our building to help prepare students with hands-on learning opportunities that they can then take into the workforce or continue on at a university or college once they leave our spaces. And I'll show some on the next slide, some specific examples of what those spaces would look like and some programming options that we'd be able to offer for both students at Apollo and at Tech High School. We'd also look at updating fine arts, performing arts, and physical education spaces. Again, similar to the science classrooms, if you go into our band room or our choir room or into some of the physical education spaces, the weight room, etc., you're really going to see rooms that are very original to the building and are in need of updating for our students to be able to give them the best opportunities possible when they're working in those spaces. And then in addition, we would be adding a third lunch line. Right now at Apollo, we have 2 lunch lines. This causes quite a bit of congestion during the lunch periods. By adding a third line, we'll be able to get students through lunch quicker and back to class sooner, being able to provide that third option and really cutting down the congestion in the lunch spaces. We want to take just a couple minutes to show you some of our amazing students, staff, and families that represent Apollo High School and some of the needs that are going to be addressed with a past referendum in question 1.
The things that I love most about the St. Cloud area schools are our students, our families, and our staff.
I think it brings a community sense for us, gives us lots of opportunities for our kids.
I kind of grew up here. I love that in the schools and in the community, we really do care about the future of our students. We want them to be successful wherever life might take them.
Academic excellence is our foundation at St. Cloud area schools. We're committed to providing our students with the excellent infrastructure and opportunities to learn and grow that they deserve and have come to expect.
On April 8th, 2025, St. Cloud Area School District 742 will ask residents to vote on a 2-ballot question referendum.
Question 1 asks voters to approve updating Apollo High School to meet modern safety, accessibility, and educational standards, including a secure entrance, storm shelter, and fire safety upgrades. Question 1 would also provide much-needed upgrades to career and technical education spaces to better prepare students for our future workforce. If question 1 is approved, it will mean that our students and staff have world-class opportunities to advance in a variety of core subjects and career pathways.
I have sinks that I can't renovate because of updates in codes. I have hoods above my stoves that I can't put in because of new regulations related to heating and air conditioning.
We're the only school in our school district that does not have a safe and secure entrance. When our students and staff walk in the door every day, our number 1 priority is that they are safe while they are receiving their education. And that's why question 1 of our referendum is so important.
School should be a safe place because we need to be able to learn.
Question 1 must pass for question 2 to be approved. Question 2 asks voters to approve an indoor, multi-purpose athletic facility to support year-round student activities and provide our community with access to a full-size turf field and walking track.
If question 2 is approved, it will mean so much for not only Apollo students, but also students at Tech, Cathedral, and our surrounding communities who participate in co-op athletics. If both questions are approved, the estimated tax impact for the average homeowner in the district would be $3.33 per month.
The district has exhausted all other options to pay for these necessary upgrades and has minimized the tax impact through fiscal responsibility and long-term planning.
Our district has always taken a conservative and respectful approach, asking our taxpayers for only what we need when we need it to benefit our students and staff. Strong schools build strong communities, which in turn increase home resale values. We are committed to providing facilities that prepare our students for the challenges of the future.
Make your voice heard and vote on or before Election Day, Tuesday, April 8th.
Get the facts and learn more about the referendum by visiting isd742.org/referendum.
So from the video, you can see that we have great students in our building that are doing a great job. We now need the building that matches what our students deserve, and that's why we're looking at question 1 and some of the things that we'll be able to provide with past question 1. I mentioned in a previous slide updating our CTE spaces, and this is a picture of what the CTE spaces, career and technical education, would look like at Apollo High School with past question 1. On the far right, you can see an addition of our new EMT and EMR programs that are going to bring emergency medical response into our school, where students are working towards an EMT certificate that they can then take on to another college or university, or be able to leave here with the ability to get right into a job setting. The picture on the left shows the CNA lab, where our students are working on those nursing certificates or working towards them, that they can take the classes that they've taken at Apollo High School and be able to bring them to a college or university after high school. This will also provide an opportunity for our law enforcement classes to be taught here. And right down the hall from these spaces is our auto shop, where our students that are taking those classes will be able to work on the ambulance that you can see in the ambulance bay and really have an all-inclusive hands-on experience for students, whatever their path is they may choose. One of the previous slides we showed you really highlighted the need for the secured entrance. This is what the secured entrance would look like from the outside of the building. You can see this space. This is currently our door 2 and would remain door 2, with an update with the secured entrance, and then also adding in a new entrance space that has additional windows that will bring more light into the building. As we all know, if we've been in Apollo, natural light is at a premium, so be able to add light where we can is important to provide a brighter experience for our students and our staff when they're in the learning spaces, and this would bring that light into the cafeteria commons area for our students. One of the things that we're really excited about with the past question 1 is the advanced pathways we're able to offer all of our students at both Apollo and Tech. Tech is currently offering classes in communication, construction and building trades, environmental sciences, health, career, and robotics. The pathways that Apollo would be able to offer with past referendum is data and computer sciences. And to do this, we're going to need to enhance our infrastructure to be able to bring in the technology that's needed to teach those advanced classes. Also, engineering, manufacturing, and mechanics. These are classes that we're offering at Apollo, and really taking the opportunity to clean up those areas and to be able to offer the advanced pathways in those programs. Creative and performing arts is something that we want to bring into the curricular day. Right now, our students have an opportunity to participate in some extracurricular activities, or maybe choose to take one band, one choir, one orchestra, but to be able to take our students that want a pathway for performing arts and bring that into the day and offer classes for them. Our food sciences and culinary arts program, as you saw in the previous video, we need to do some work in our foods classes, and knowing that's going to be a part in building that area up and updating in and bringing in gas stoves and having the ability to have a real life restaurant experience, as opposed to the experience you saw that our students are currently have when we looked at the previous video. And then our emergency management response program, helping students along the way if they want to go into emergency management, including EMT or beyond with those programs, and taking those certificates and bringing them into a career college area. What's really important to know is that this will be offered for Apollo and Tech students, something that they'll be doing in their junior or senior year that they'll have the option to do. A great question we've been asked a lot, if an Apollo student is taking classes at Tech, or a Tech student's taking classes at an Apollo, does that mean they attend that school. And that is not the case. An Apollo Eagle will be an Apollo Eagle and a Tech Tiger will be a Tech Tiger, but we want to use a model of efficiencies to be able to bring our students over and help them find one of these 10 pathways if they choose to do so, to be able to find those advanced pathways in their junior or senior year of high school.
This is not a new ask that we're bringing forward to the community. In 2015, the school district, along with the community advisory, brought forward one question. It was about $114 million to build a new tech and then a renovated Apollo. That question did fail. So in 2016, they came back again with two questions. And the first one was to build a new tech at about $104 million, with question two being a renovated Apollo for about $40 million. As this community might recall, if you've been here, then you would remember that question one passed, and we were able to build the new tech on the beautiful campus on the south side, but unfortunately question two failed. Even at that point, the district was very clear that these are essentials. Safety and updated learning communities and environments are needed for students. And so we said, we'll be back. And every year since then, district staff have looked at, is this the right time? Are we ready? In 2020, we had said, yes, we're ready. We're prepared to bring forward a referendum with one question for a renovated Apollo for $53.5 million. And as all of you will recall, shortly into 2020, our lives were derailed, and with it, the effort to bring forward the referendum. So as we look at that, what we were prepared to bring forward in 2020, we can see that with inflationary costs built in, the needs that we continue to identify all the way back from 2015 to now would cost $74 million. We know that inflation, particularly construction inflation, has skyrocketed. And yet now in 2025, as a community and as a school district, when we're able to say, yes, we're ready, the community is ready, you can see that we're asking for $50 million. And that's because we have been really careful stewards of taxpayer money and have used the available one-time use or lose federal and state funds to be able to update in any areas that we could. But unfortunately, even if we combined all of the money that we had, that was available to us for construction purposes, it would not be enough to build that secure entrance, which is our primary driver, due to the change in building codes and then the need to add that secure storm shelter. That, as you can imagine, the price of such a construction is significant, and all of the money that we have been able to pull together could not have built it. And so we are bringing forward these questions to the community now. When we built tech back in 2016, when that referendum passed, we made several promises to our community. The first was that we would deliver this school on time and under budget. And the second is that we would really transform learning opportunities for students. You hear us talk, both Justin and myself, during this presentation about future ready. And sometimes it's hard to conceptualize, well, what do they mean by future ready? And so I invite you to take a look at this video about tech that really highlights the way that we are able to prepare students for future ready careers and life after high school.
I'm a firm believer that when students can see the kinds of environments that they're going to be working in one day, it increases engagement and helps them connect with their learning in ways that a traditional classroom wouldn't.
In 2015, we asked the community for a new tech high school, and unfortunately we were turned down, so asked again in 2016, and that was approved by the voters. We're incredibly grateful for the generosity and commitment of this community to support our students.
Using this space for the past 5 years has excelled our students in many different areas. Some of them are even in the career now. It's just awesome to see these students back in our community working in local companies and creating content that is at a new level, but they learned the early stages of that when they were here.
Because of the space and the resources and equipment that we have at Tech, we're able to get students that hands-on experience, and they're able to leave our building with nursing assisting certification and other certifications.
The learning spaces are
are really comfortable to study in and just stop by in between classes.
We use that all the time. It helps us get our work done.
I like how the spaces at Tech give me the opportunity to either work in a small group or a large group, and it really just opens the variety in learning.
It's almost close to a college campus.
The thing I like most about Tech is how the resources are so high-tech, but it's a public school so anybody can access them.
There's really a space for everybody, every field, and anything they are interested in.
We are so blessed by our taxes to build this thing, and it was amazing.
We promised that we would get this project done on time and under budget, and we delivered. We also promised that we would change educational outcomes and opportunities for our students, and that's happening at Tech. It's evident from the moment that we step foot through the doors.
Question 1 must pass for question 2 to be approved. Now, so far, you've not heard much about question 2, and so now Principal Scalard is going to share that with you.
Yeah, question 2 focuses on indoor multi-purpose athletic facility. This asks voters to approve the construction of an indoor multi-purpose athletic facility. This space will provide our community with access to a full-size turf field and walking track and will support year-round activities for students throughout the district. This comes at a price of $15 million or 92 cents per month for a $250,000 home. When we started this process about 18 months ago, really the things that we highlighted in question 1 were news that we needed to bring to the community because we need to get these done for Apollo. But as we came to our community advisory group, which had about 25 members of the community and getting feedback, there really was obvious there was a need in this area for question 2. And bringing something like this to the St. Cloud area to not only provide this opportunity for all of our high school and middle school and elementary students, but also all of our community groups and community partners to have this space for year-round ability to participate in activities. So what the indoor space provides is community and district-wide activities would be able to use this space, be able to practice activities. You can play soccer games in here. You can play lacrosse games in here. You can play two softball games in here. And this is something that there isn't a lot of options with this outside of the 2 universities that are in the St. Cloud area, and availability for those spaces is really nearly impossible to get into. So for us to have this opportunity for our kids to be able to practice their sports and their activities is a great opportunity for those teams. It also provides a needed space for athletic, especially during inclement weather. So this is a year-round facility that would be open and climate controlled in the winter, but also provides opportunities in the summer and spring and fall for any time there'd be inclement weather for teams to be able to move their practices and be safely practicing inside. It is important to know that question 2 cannot be approved unless question 1 passes.
One thing that we really pride ourselves on here at the district is our fiscal responsibility and long-term planning. As you know, we've been working on this back since the early 2010s and have, knowing that this was coming, have been really thoughtful about using the dollars that we do have in a responsible way. We have exhausted all other options to pay for these necessary safety and learning upgrades. We've utilized the one-time state and federal dollars that were available to make updates at Apollo over the past 2 years. So when we take a look at question 1 and question 2, the total tax impact would be $3.33 a month. And that is, of course, compared with that inflationary price of $74 million. And I think that just really speaks to our dedication to making sure that we use our dollars well. And if we take a look at the next slide, you can see that even when question 1 and question 2 pass, St. Cloud Area District will still have the lowest school tax impact of any district in our community. The orange shows, the bar shows what our current school tax impact is. The small blue, light blue bar shows what it would be when question 1 and question 2 pass. And as you go across, you can see that Rocori, Sauk Rapids, and Sartell all have significantly higher tax impacts. And again, that speaks, I believe, to our conservative and cautious approach to fiscal management. And so we really invite you to learn more. Before April 8th, we have numerous opportunities for public engagement, including tours at Apollo, Q&A sessions, And we have all of those listed on our website, which of course is here on the screen, isd742.org/referendum. We also have dedicated email and phone lines, and we really invite you to reach out to any of us, get to know not only our school district, but the importance of this ask and the way it'll benefit our Greater St. Cloud community. And most of all, please vote on April 8th.